Hello students, in this video we will start with the first chapter in Science 2, that is Heredity and Variation. Now do you all know what is heredity? Heredity is the transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring. So all characters get transferred from the parents into us is called as heredity. Example, the eye color can be get transferred, the hair color, the skin color and many other characteristics which are transferred from the parents to the offspring. Now all these transfer of characters from one generation to the other generation is studied by genetics. So if you have to study about genetics, that means you are studying about genes, how these characters are getting transferred, that is called as genetics. Now one thing you must have observed that we have similar features to our parents. We do not look exactly similar to our parents. Okay, that is called as variation. If you will see in animals, they have same replica to their parents, but we are not the exact replica to our parents. We have different features of our own. We can have similar eye color or hair color or skin color, or even there might be some similar features to our face, but we do not look exact similar to our parents. So this is called as variation. So if talk about asexual reproduction, there might be minor variation. And if we talk about the sexual reproduction, there are greater variation which can be observed in the progeny. Now in humans, there are some differences in our facial features. Some might have different type of facial features. Some might have different structure of nose and lips. Then you might have different hairlines. You might have different attachment to the earlobe. All these different features make us look different from each other. And this is the reason why we all do not look same. That is the reason we all look different from each other. We can have similar lip structure, we can have similar hairline, but all the features do not match. So though we have different similarities with our parents, we have differences with our parents, but these similarities and differences are all because of heredity. So heredity plays a very important role in the transfer of characteristics, and it is because of heredity only that puppies are similar to dogs and infants are similar to humans. Now there can be two types of trait that can be transferred. First is the inherited trait and second is the expression of trait. Now if I talk about inherited trait, the trait which we inherit from our parents, for example, you inherit your skin color from your parents. So this is called as an inherited trait that you have gained from your parents. Next is the expression of the trait, how those traits can be expressed in you. So that is called as the expression of trait. Let us understand this expression of traits with an example of plant height. So we all know that the growth of plant is dependent on the quantity of the growth hormone. If the growth hormones will be more, then the height of the plant will increase. But the quantity of the growth hormones, or we can say as the efficiency of the growth hormones, is concerned with the enzymes which will be produced by our body. So if the efficiency of the enzyme which is produced by the plant body is in greater quantity, then hormones which are there, so for that, because of those enzymes are in greater quantity, so the hormones due to which the height of the plant increases, so because of the enzymes are more, so the plant height will also increase. But if these enzymes are less efficient, they are not able to produce more height, so then the smaller quantity of hormones will be produced because of the less amount of enzymes, because of the less efficiency of the enzyme, and thus it will result in the small growth of the plant. So all of this depends on the enzyme which is produced by the plant body. So this is called as the expression of that trait. Now genes are important for the transfer of hereditary characters, and these genes are present on the DNA which is present on the chromosome. So chromosomes are present in the cell, especially in the nucleus of the cell, and it is made up of nucleic acid, and proteins. Now, chromosomes are different in different species. The number of chromosome differs in specific species. For example, in humans, there are set number of chromosomes. In crab, there will be set number of chromosomes. In plants, there will be set number of chromosomes. So it differs from species to species. Now, each chromosome, it is made up of DNA and it appears like a dumbbell shape, and there is a division in between which is called as the primary constriction, which we also call it as a centromere. We have two arms of the chromosome, that is the P arm and the Q arm. So two arms are present on the chromosomes, and according to the position of the centromere is present in between. That is, here if you will see in this picture, so you can find that in between the chromosome is present. Here we have the centromere. This is the centromere. Here we have the P arm and here we have the Q arm. And then here, like on the chromosome, we have the DNA, that is the double helix structure, and on the DNA we have specific strands of genes. Now, depending upon the position of the centromere, the chromosomes are of four types. First is metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric, and telocentric. So here you can see the position of the centromere differs, and then this is the different type of chromosomes, and according to the position of the centromere we have four types of chromosomes. Let us first talk about the metacentric. So in metacentric, the centromere is exactly at the midpoint in the chromosome and it looks like an English letter V. The arms of this chromosomes are also equal in length. So if you will see the P arm and the Q arm here, if you will see P and Q arm, both are in equal length. Next is submetacentric. Now here the centromere is somewhere near the midpoint. So here the somewhere it is near the midpoint. It is at the end. It is near the midpoint. And also the chromosome, it is like the English letter L, and one arm is slightly shorter. So here you can see this arm is shorter and this arm is little big. It is in the midway. It is just slightly pushed upward, and here this arm is small and this arm is big. So this is called as submetacentric. Next is acrocentric. So here the centromere is near one end of this chromosome and it looks like an English letter J. One arm is much smaller than the other arm. So here you can see this arm is very small and this is big. And the next one is telocentric. The centromere is right at the end of the chromosome and making it look like an English letter I, and these chromosomes consist of only one arm, which you can see that only one arm is present. We only have Q arm here, we do not have the P arm. Now the chromosome number differs from species to species. If we talk about humans, so we have 46 number of chromosome, that is we have 23 pairs of chromosome. And if we talk about that what are the autosomes and what are the sex chromosome, so we have two, that is sex chromosome which are present, that is X and Y, and we have 22 autosomes which are present. Now these autosomes which are there, it will give all the other characters, and the two sex chromosome which is there, that is X and Y, will define whether the child will be a male or whether it will be a female. So this is the karyotype. These are the pair of chromosomes. So you have to remember that in humans we have 23 pairs of chromosome, and if we talk about how many number of chromosomes, so we have 46 number of chromosomes. Now this is called as the karyotype, the number of chromosomes which are there. So here if you will see that some are similar chromosomes, like they are the pairs which have the same organization, they have the same size, so they are called as the homologous chromosome. And if both the chromosome, they are not same, one is different, so those are called as the heterologous chromosome. So as I told you all, the chromosome number differs from species to species. So if we talk about crab, so in crab there are 200 number of chromosome. In maize, we have 20 chromosome. Frog, we have 26 chromosome. Roundworm, it is 4 chromosome. Potato, 48 chromosome. Humans, we have 46 chromosome. So in same way, from different species, the chromosome will differ. The number of chromosome will differ. Also, one thing you have to remember that DNA is present in both prokaryotic cells also and eukaryotic cell also. We have studied in 8th standard that except viruses, all organisms which are present, they have their DNA. And in the DNA, we have the genes. There are specific sequence of genes which are present on the DNA.